νομίζω κάνει φοβερή δουλειά στην Ομόνοια.
And we called taxi, and with Kilian, I opened the door behind, I put him in the taxi, and I closed the door, and I want to go inside, and Kilian go out there.
You're gonna get someone messaging you afterwards saying, "Why did you mention me?"
Hey, fuck them.
She say, I cry because you are here today.
Πάμε να καμουφτιάω λίγο αμπρεγά από τα μέσα.
Edo! Welcome to another edition of the No Chocolate podcast. Sorry, I'm just eating. Wow. Okay. It's like London buses, isn't it? You wait for one and four come at the same time. Signing number 4 is here, Gobelia. Here we go. Brandon Barker. Now, you probably can't tell. Oh, sorry. You can tell that right now there isn't much enthusiasm in my voice. So I'm knackered. First of all, I'm so fucking tired. I've had a long week, so forgive me if I'm not myself today. So too much shit has gone on in my life anyway. Nothing major, nothing serious, just micro pramata, it's a snowball effect. But enough about my life. I don't exactly know what to say about this transfer. This lad came from Manchester City's academy. He was there from a very young age, brought up in a very rough part of Manchester. But he got his pro contract at Man City. And one thing led to another. He's sent out on loan to various clubs, NAC Breda being one of them in the Netherlands. And then he ends up at Hibernian. And look, this player, don't get me wrong. I mean, from what I know about him, can use both feet. He had pace. I haven't seen him recently. I'm not going to lie to you. I haven't seen him play for the past couple of years. But from what I remember, he had a lot of pace, liked to attack fullbacks. But my concern is more. My concerns are greater than my excitement. So I'm cleaning my laptop keyboard at the same time. See, I can multitask, Covelia. Yeah. So my concerns outweigh my enthusiasm, and this isn't a knock on the player's ability. I don't have any qualms about his ability. I don't think he's a bad player. I think on his day, he can rip defenders to shreds. But the problem is, when is his day? When was the last time he had his day? Let's get it right. This guy has had 13 hamstring injuries. And I know people are going to say, like, Denlera here, we can't judge anyone until we see them play and blah, 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 blah. Catalava, I agree. Not a single person knew about Ralphman. Philip, I know this player. I live in England. Yeah. So, look, on his day, he can rip defenders to shreds. But when you've got a winger that's had 13 hamstring injuries in his career, and at 25 years old, has he played over? I think he's played over 100 games. But 4 for Reading last season. I'm very worried about this. And it's a 3-year deal as well. It's for 3 years. So look, I'm not assuming he's on huge wages. I'm not saying he's on Botiak money. I'm not saying he's on Zabala money. I can't. Listen, I shouldn't laugh. I shouldn't laugh. But look, I'm on the fence, Dora. You know, it's a common phrase that we use. And when you're bastoframo, you know, you're not on one side of the avli or the other side. It's a message of many messages. You haven't made your decision yet. Look, the negatives outweigh the positives, and that's normal. And as football fans, we want to see household names that we recognize joining our club. Now, obviously, Neil Lennon knows this player because he coached him at Hibs. And from what I understand, when he was at Hibernian, or for what I remember, he was a very good player. He was a very good player. Okay, it didn't work out at Glasgow Rangers. And the thing is, when you go online, just hear me out on this one, right? When you guys go online and you see comments from Glasgow Rangers fans about this player, they're not going to say anything positive about him. Okay, they didn't rate him. He didn't play many games for him. He didn't do a job for him. That's one of the reasons why they're going to shit on him. But the other reason why is because he's joined Neil Lennon. And as you guys are probably aware, Neil Lennon is one of the most hated men in Glasgow. Okay? Glasgow Rangers fans hate him. In fact, a lot of Celtic fans hate him. So when you go online and you see these comments from Rangers fans and some Celtic fans about the player, it's not a direct attack on the player. It's an attack on Lennon, and that's what it is. So, you know, I'm probably going to get a lot of stick from people about saying this, but I couldn't give a shit, in all fairness. But as I said, my concerns are the hammies, the hamstrings. And we saw the beginning of last season, the amount of injuries we got, muscular injuries, right? And if you're a winger, you need these hammies. It's those bursts of pace, right? We saw one of the best wingers to ever grace football. And as much as I dislike him as a player, he was phenomenal. Ryan Giggs, you know, his hammies went from time to time, but he looked after himself as he got older. He did yoga. He did other things, you know, to make his body a temple. Ended up being a central midfielder. Played left back a couple of times for Man United. So we need to be very, very cautious. So listen, I am mildly excited. I'm not like, yes, we signed this player. I'm not like that. I'm not feeling it. I'm really not feeling it. But at the same time, if we're going to have a squad rotation, which is looking likely, because don't forget, we've got Loizu, we've got Zachario, we've got Barker, and we've got Bruno. There's 4 wingers. So I don't expect him to play every game. Now, will he play more than 10 games this season? He does, if he's fit enough to play more than 10 games this season, if his hammies are all right. Okay? So, again, there are so many comments here, and I'm going to bring them up because I'm sure you guys are reiterating exactly what I said. You only know Bob. Fucking hell, Bob. That's a name, Jesus. Fucking hell. Mario thought it was the next big thing a few years ago. You're a Sete fan, aren't you? There we go. It was at Barnsley with, was he Barnsley with Matt? I don't know. Man City, Lennon had him at Hibs and he was balling. Yeah, he did well at Hibs. I can't deny that. He'll probably be a backup winger. Yeah, possibly. And let's be honest, right? No disrespect. When we play against the likes of Ganmiodissa, who, okay, they're building a good team, Dora, and I don't know, all these other teams that got promoted and maybe, you know, Olympiacos and all that, he'll get his run. Firstly, we cannot judge anyone before seeing him actually play. Second, we'll have many games this year. Third, you mean, not a single person knew Ralph from before he came to Omonoia. I brought that one up by a bravo. More difficult leagues. Maybe they save the money for the Guardian attacker. Next, Catalavare. Allah, what I'm saying is that 3 χρόνια he's signed for, man. 3 χρόνια. So, πόσα λεφτά is he on? You know? Excuse me. Good signing if he plays. That's Rodri. That's definitely Rodri. Dijon. Squad depth is important. He played under Lennon at Hibs. Yeah, I know. Thank you. He played under some great managers. Vieira? When? When did he play under Patrick Vieira? I'm missing something. What clubs does he play? Oh, Vieira, you mean under 23s at City? Okay. Guardiola, I don't think he really played under Guardiola, did he? Did you really play under Pep? I don't know. Maybe he had a few coaching training sessions. Lennon, Gerrard. Well, Gerrard didn't want him. Gerrard was the one that got rid of him. Anyway, hello, Stel. I like that you said on his day he can shred any defense. With our good health of our team, he will play with us. As always, a pitch is the mirror. Nere, listen, when you talk about, I understand the phrase the pitch will be the mirror. When you talk about pitches, right? If we want to talk about it literally, look at the state of some of the pitches in Cyprus. You know, you can grow batates on those pitches. Do you know what I mean? You can grow olive trees. So yeah, for what you're saying now, 80% he'll be just a squad player. That's important. I agree. He'll be a squad player. And do you know what? In European games, if we can get some minutes out of him, especially in games that, perhaps, we want to be a bit more cautious, play on the counter attack. He's got that experience, top level, I guess. So, maybe we're saying loads of that. Don't say that. Don't say that, please. Because if we sell him, then we're going to need to find another winger. And I can't really. I don't want to have this going on now. What is the main position on the pitch? Left winger. We can play with both feet. He's mostly a left winger. He can play on the right as well, obviously. So yeah, I'm happy about that. As a backup player, his quality will not be the problem, but his injury record and lack of minutes. Bravo. That's exactly my point, Nicola. That's exactly my point. So, I really think we need to wrap this one up in cotton wool. He's played at big clubs and he's probably been on big money as well. So to come to Cyprus, is he going to be on big money like he was in the UK? I doubt it. But is he going to be one of the top earners? That would worry me if he's on a 3-year contract with that injury record. I don't know. But he has his own business. He opened his own business. So he's got a bit of nous. He's got a cleaning company. So, if the Gazibi needs a bit of a clean, especially after Apoel games, when they leave it all in a mess. Anyway, I'm not going to go into that again. Τώρα θέλω με striker, cam and CDM. Νομίζω we're going to get an attacking midfielder by the end of next week. Έτσι νομίζω. Έτσι πιστεύω, anyway. We want the proper orthodox, proper 10. The rest is ρεμπάνια. Ναι. Πάλι έχεις δίκιο, man. Μα πόσα χρόνια έχει τώρα που we're looking for a δεκάρι? Πόσα χρόνια? As we were saying about last season, we got Foddy. Who's the last δεκάρι that we can say, yeah, who? Ortega? No, Ortega. Bemu. Miku. Probably will be 130 to 100. Εντάξει, 150, I'll be all right with that. On a 3-year contract, I'll be all right with that. Another EI. Ximarismene. DJ STD is back on. Just Sydney Rogetes. What the fuck is wrong with you, man? Leave me alone. Why don't you come on the stream? So yeah, I don't know what to expect. But again, it's like what we keep saying there. We need to trust the manager. I didn't have a problem with the Welshman coming in. I don't have a problem with it at all. So, all right. As I keep saying, I'm not overexcited about it. I'm worried given his injury record. But from what I've seen and from what I remember of him, left foot, right foot, he likes to run inside. He can play as an inverted winger. He can play on the outside as well. And he looks like he wants to get his head down and attack fullbacks. And to be fair, Cobelia, Persi, how many times did we see on the ball go out wide and you're looking at your winger, whether it be Maxi or whether it be Zahari or whether it be Loizo, and you say, get your head down and run at that fullback because they're shit. How many times did we say, just run at them? Run at them. And we weren't seeing that. They're running 10 yards, they're stopping. They're looking for the overlap. They want to bring the ball inside. Bosses Forez, it slows down the play. So perhaps this is the kind of winger that we want. That's got the urgency and inshallah, right? What he's learned, his experience, especially as a youngster, earning a certain amount of money at Man City, playing at that level with those players, he can speak to the younger players and say, listen, all right, I was at one of the biggest clubs in the world, one of the most successful recent clubs in the world, and I wasn't able to make it because of this, because of that, because of this, because of that. If you want to be successful at a big club, these are the do's and don'ts. Tashaman, I've got it. There you go. I miss you like a hole in the fucking head, mate. Akep says you don't varda. Let me tell you something, yeah, Chris. Actually, no, I'll tell you in the WhatsApp group. Do you think Humbles can be the substitute of Fodes as a number 10? It's difficult to say there because I think Humble is better. Meso Gendron Dizame, well, in the center of the pitch anyway, dictating the tempo from there, from deep. Because I can't see him as a number 10 to pick up the ball and run at defenders. I've never seen him as that kind of player. He reminds you of Jordi, does Humble. Who will get the ball in the middle of the park and he'll look for... He's like a Veron, man. He's like a Scholes, that kind of player. And that's Valadon Giovanni, but that's the kind of player that he is. Alaves, I can't see him as a Regari because I don't see him have that drop of the shoulder, that burst of pace. He's got the creativity, but he's not that kind of player. I mean, get that on Fodi. That's a Degari. That's what he does. You know? I mean, even Maxi can play that position. So, and that's in Nomizo, he can be a Degari, but I think as a deep line midfielder, 100%. Bring Medad in. Who the Medad? Your dad? My dad? Who's Medad? Medad, meh? Who are these players are, Dimitri? What is this football manager you're talking about, Dora? I can't know. Anyway. So, yeah, I don't really know what else to say about this player, Gobella. I'm just going to be repeating myself. But the good thing is, he's joining us, Dora. We've got pre-season coming up. I'm sure they'll... Listen, has he even done his medical yet? That's the other thing. You know, Militic hasn't even come to Cyprus. I mean, Militic is coming on Saturday to have his medical. So, but he might not even pass. You never know. Amir Medad Vada, that's his middle name. His name is Medad. Well, his dad needs to have a word with him about his fucking antics. Anyway, I don't want to talk about that guy, man. Why you lot winding me up about this guy? Stop talking about this guy. He's already blocked me on Instagram. Anyway. Yeah, that's it. That's all I've got to say. It's going to be one of the shortest episodes that we've ever done, to be fair. Will Fabi stay for at least another 2 years? I don't know there. I don't know. I mean, he's happy, isn't he? He signed a new contract with us. So, I don't see why not. And why should we sit here worrying about Fabi, Ray? And let's not worry about Fabi. Fabi is happy now, man. He's on holiday. He's riding horses. He's having barbecues on the beach. Yeah, man. Let him chill. Let him relax. He deserves it. He's had a long couple of years, man. As a City fan, I probably know something more about him since I had my eyes on him. I remember he used to like... Mario, how old are you? I need to know how old are you, or how old you are. So, yeah, you're what, 18, 19, if not younger? What do you mean all those years ago? I'm not excited after your podcast about Barker. Don't worry, man. Don't worry about it. Listen, this is just an initial pod. You know, I like being proved wrong when I say things about our players. Do you remember? Listen, they must have Bessie when we were talking about EI, and I was saying to him, please prove me wrong. I said he was shit. I didn't rate him at all. And Chris will remember, because in fact, Roy and Chris will remember, because I did that podcast, I think it was against Buffer, when I said, I hope the guy scores a goal and takes his shirt off and he's got a t-shirt with my face on it saying, fuck you, Stel on it, just to prove me wrong. Because I didn't rate him. Yeah, I was right. With this player, Ndaxi, I haven't seen him play for us yet, so I can't pass judgment. But all I can go by is what I know in terms of his injury record and his lack of games. And that's what concerns me. I haven't got any qualms about his ability because I've seen him. He's got the ability. But has he got the attitude, and has he got the lack of injuries? Is he one of those players that that did too much as a youngster and earned a lot as a youngster and lost interest in the game? I don't know, because I don't know the guy. I don't know. Because when you're playing for a team like Man City, right, and you get released, okay, you can understand it's because of the foreign players that have come in and perhaps he hasn't had his opportunities. But what about Phil Foden? That hasn't harmed him. But then there are many, like, there's an exception to the rule. And Foden seems to be the exception to the rule. So perhaps, you know, he didn't make it at Man City when other clubs maybe, I don't know. As a youngster, possibly he went to another club did the whole Billy Big bollocks because I could play for Man City. I'm too good for this club. And he didn't get enough games because of his attitude. You don't know. Maybe he's matured. Maybe at 25 years old with his own business, I don't even know if he's got a family. I don't know. Like I said, it's all up in the air. We can all pass judgment, Dora, which ain't right. So I think we just need to be a little bit calm. Yeah, need to be a little bit calm on this. Because, as I said, I'm not overwhelmed by it. I'm not fully impressed by it. But again, you got to trust the manager. And at the same time, you got to trust the people that make the decisions that say, yeah, let's bring him in. Because as we've seen this season, and especially last season and the summer, the majority of the transfers made sense. When Larko left, we brought in Lovera on deadline day. We brought in Tim, and okay, Tim hasn't really worked out. I think Maxi did well. But this summer, there seems to be a plan when it comes to signing players. And as I said on the podcast the other day, we're using statistics. We're using a lot of data when it comes to players. And perhaps the data that the club have on the player when he has played has been promising. So we just need to just chill. We just need to chill. Just wait. He blocked me. Yeah, he blocked me, but for good reason. Because when he signed for the Godes, I was having a bit of fun, and I found this article online about why he wasn't called up to why he hasn't been called up to the Egyptian national team for us, because he was messaging girls, and I put that up, and obviously I tagged him, so he blocked me. But whatever, it is what it is. We had Jesus Navas, and I really wanted Pep to play him. Okay. Santiago Alcantara. I wish. Tomorrow you're turning 16. You're turning 16, and you're watching an adult program with lots of foul language. You're not allowed to watch this podcast anymore. Not for another 2 years, if I'm still alive. A very strange signing, very risky. Why the hell you sign a player with a zillion question marks in place? You need A2 class 1. Very strange. As is also the signing of the right back. I don't have a problem with. I don't have a problem with him at all. At all. I think it's a very clever signing. And for the long term, I think it'll be a very good signing for us. This one, and actually question marks Agoma. Allah, it's early days. The guy hasn't even come to Cyprus yet. We've already made up our minds about him. But listen, just give him time. He might end up being a Joe Garner. He might end up being a Chris Bart Williams. He might end up being Damari. I don't fucking know. You just don't know, Dora. You don't know. Maybe he'll drink some Zivania and his hamstrings will be fine. And then afterwards, he'll be firing on all cylinders, isn't it? You never know. You want Kadi from Karabag? Re, do you honestly believe someone from that country will come to Cyprus? I'm just saying. Are we optimistic? We have to be there. We have to be. Because there's no point in sitting here and, moping about signings. We've made far worse signings over the years. I mean, look at Hen Ezra, for crying out loud. He did okay, but he was here for about a cup of coffee, wasn't he? He came, he began on Gafendo Jeffian. So, all right. And listen, we'll only really talk about this at the end of the season. Connor, what's going on, Connor? How you doing, mate? Hey, Stel, I watched this guy at Hibs, 17-18. He was superb, very direct. Hasn't pulled up many trees since. Could be red raw, useless, or world beater. Well, this is the thing, mate. Like, we don't really know too much about him in Cyprus. I don't know too much about him anyway. Now, I don't know too much about him. You know him, obviously, because of his time at Hibs. But historically, players that come from the UK and go to Cyprus don't really do that well. Matt Derbyshire was phenomenal. Jason Punchin's been brilliant. I can't really think of many British players that have been to Cyprus and done a job. Joe Garner went there last season to Upperwell. Didn't do anything. Well, not last season, but the season before. Season gone. Jack Byrne went out there. He was an utter disaster. I don't even know how many games he played. 4, 5, if that. And listen, it happens a lot in Cyprus where you got players from various countries going out there and they earn decent money. And they get called tourists because they go out there, they don't put in a performance, they don't really become immersed in the club and the fans, and then they're out on their asses. The thing is, Connor, what I will say is that fans in Cyprus don't take any shit from players. That's the difference. They'll heckle them in the streets. If a player isn't performing, especially at a club like Omonoia, the fans are going to let him know. They're going to let him know on the pitch, off the pitch. He will go to the supermarket. He will get heckled. He'll go to the beach. I'm telling you, if things ain't going well, there's going to be problems. And listen, I hate to bring this up, right? I hate to bring this up. But certain, and I use the term loosely, supporters didn't have to put a bomb outside the vice president's house last season. I say certain supporters. I don't even know if they were Omonoia supporters. I don't think they've even caught them yet, have they? I don't know. But some people did that. And for whatever reason, I don't condone that kind of behavior in all fairness. But these are the levels. And I know Lennon had something similar in Scotland. But the fans out in Cyprus, they're relentless. Absolutely relentless. So if he thinks that he's going to come to Cyprus, you know, kick back, put his feet up and relax for 3 years, it ain't going to happen. And with this podcast, no, I'm not even like being a cunt here, right? But we tell it like it is. If a player's doing shit, we'll say it. We got no fear. We don't care, you know? And these things need to be said. And if he doesn't put in performances, best believe we're going to say it. So, you know, but I'm hoping he does well. I'm not one of these fans that when a player joins us, because you see a lot of fans these days, especially on social media, their club sign a player that they don't want. What do you want him for? He's useless. All right. As I said, I'm not pleased with his injury record. But at the same time, give him a chance. Just give him a chance. Give him 2 or 3 months to settle, get used to the way that the game is played in Cyprus. He knows Lennon already, so he knows what's to be expected of him. So it's just him coming to Cyprus and thinking and seeing the standard and thinking, okay, well, at first I thought this was a cakewalk, but now it's more difficult than what I thought it was. So patience. The word is ibomoni. But the thing is, Connor, as you're probably aware, most football fans, not just in Cyprus, most football fans are very, very impatient. And they want instant results. They want results now. They don't want results now. They want it yesterday. They want it 2 weeks ago. Good job Amazon Prime isn't available in Cyprus because people will be losing their fucking minds, honestly. 100% about EI, especially with that. Yep. Let's have a look. Is it worthy to take risks regarding transfers with players that were lost in previous years? How do you mean? Is it worth it? Oh, I don't understand the question, Filet. I don't understand. Help me, please. Sorry, this is me. This isn't you. It's me. I'm a bit slow today, honestly. Back in the day, Abo had a top player from the UK called Moores. Moores? Moores? What do you mean Moores? What kind of Moores? Moores murderer? An opinion of the room of Botiak going to Upwell. I don't care. I honestly don't care. Because with the greatest respect, I love Eric. I love him to bits. In fact, I don't know if you guys remember, last season, we had a little sponsor. And it was Eric's, well, Eric was part of the company that owned, Eric. How can I put it in English? I can't even say my words anymore. I need to put my teeth in. Basically, Eric had a stake in the company, or still does. And they sold lights. I'm sure you saw them. And we helped him out. We put the logo on the show. I've got no problem with Eric. And listen, if Eric wants to go to Upwell and Daxi, right? There are rivals. I get it. But Daxi, tiranda pende χρονών, man. Like, so who cares? I don't throw let him make his money, whatever. Like I said, I don't care. Like, once they leave the club, right, what they do with their lives, I don't care. Like, all right, there's this rule where like you don't go from one club to the other. Katalava. But it's not as if we fought tooth and nail to keep him, right? We didn't want him. He's gone. If Upwell came in while he was playing for us, and he decided, and actually, I don't want to play for these lot anymore. I want to go to them. Then we got another problem. Then we got another Guvenda. I'm sure other players have done that as well. So, listen, it happens. But if he goes to them, whatever, good luck. But you're going to the wrong club, mate. if he does go there, because he ain't going to get paid for months. Let's get that right. And let's not go into that Govenda with Manduka, what's happening with him, because they're shitting on him from a great height, a club legend. Anyway, whatever. Possibly a contract linked to appearances due to his injuries. And there you go. There you go. Because that's what we did with Ogriasvili, isn't it? Did we not offer Ogriasvili a contract and said, right, you earn this amount of money, but you need to play a certain amount of games? And he said, no, thank you. I'm going to this club over there. And what happened? He went over there, and now he's out there. Anyway, technically speaking, this might be his last chance to perform. Well, he's 25 years old, right? He's probably got another 7-8 years in him as a footballer. But yeah, this to perform at a good level, because let's get it right. The next club he joins, is he going to be playing European football? I mean, when was the last time he actually played European football? When was the time he has even played European football? I can't remember. Europa League, Conference League? I don't know. What you need to understand is that it's economically impossible to sign players with 300 grand salary just to sit on the bench. Not all players are coming to be in the first 11. Chill out. I agree. 100%. 100%. Why would you make a player one of your top earners just to sit on the bench? Like Atibangwa. What for? It's lunacy. Utter lunacy. And we do not have the money to do that. We can't afford to do that. So we need to take some calculated risks. But at the same time, if he's on a low wage, which I'm guessing he's not on a huge amount of money, there you go. Don't forget the reason why we got Fabi. He came from a big injury. Fabi came in when it was Zoho, and then wasn't it Zoho, and then the Romanian goalkeeper, what's his name? I forget his bloody name now. He was at fucking City for it. Pantilimon. Wasn't Pantilimon injured, and then Zoho got injured, and then or the other way around, and then Fabi came. Europa League with Rangers. Okay, 2020. There you go. A couple of years ago. Did he play many games though? I can't remember. First time I'm hearing that about Ogriasvili. What do you mean? Like about the contract? Or just like him not being at Upper anymore? I heard that they got rid of him. But in terms of the contract, that's what I was told. We offered him a contract. We offered him a contract based on appearances. And Upwell basically said, well, no, we can give you whatever you want or give you the same wage, but you don't need to play a certain amount of games. So there you go. And Banaye, okay? There you go. So, fucking hell, I mean, the injuries we had that summer. Even if you get 20 odd appearances from him, he's had ability. Yeah, I agree. And do you know what? I think he'll do well. I think if he stays injury-free, I think he'll do well. I think he'll surprise a lot of people. You know? But like I said at the beginning of the show, that's my main concern. It's just the injuries. The hammies, man. When the hammies go, you know, you got the muscular injuries. You got your thigh, your quad. That's a bad injury. You got your ACL, which is a bad injury. You got your Achilles, and you got your hammies. They're the four, man. Fuck, you know. Uzan Bani were both injured seriously. We bought Fabi, got injured, then we bought Pantilimon. There you go. Still, do you know the yearly average wage in the championship teams in Britain? Oh, fucking hell. It depends, right? Because let's get it right. There's a lot of teams. Well, there's 3 teams that get relegated from the Premier League into the Championship, and a lot of those players are on big money. So that bumps up the average wage. You know, some Championship players are on 15, 20, 30 grand a week. It's a lot of money, man. It's a lot of money. Some players are on 4,000 a week. Excited, man. About the contract. Makes sense, though. Well, yeah, this is it. So, you know, Uzan Bane got injured during the same national team weekend. We've got Fabi then. Yeah, there you go. There you go. So I kind of know my history, don't I? But yeah, that's it. I don't know what else to say, guys. I don't know what else to say. I mean, this one here, we expect huge players next, but something tells me, there's a comment made earlier about saving the money. Something tells me that we've gone for players who are proven or relatively proven, who don't need big money, like Matthews and Barker. We brought in Bruno. I don't know how much money Bruno is on, but I think the next signings we make, especially as a Degari and a centre forward, because we need a centre forward, they're going to be on big monies. Big monies? Bunnies, sorry. Can't you see I'm burping? I'm losing my voice. My teeth are falling out. My tongue is back on my neck. Fucking hell, man. Big money. Big monies! Do you have big monies? Something like the phone jacker, innit? There's a pigeon in your bank account. Anyway, I've got nothing else to say. I've done this for 34 minutes. Guys, before I finish this, yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, please hit the like button, because every time I do a video, I go back to see how many views we get. The views are okay. I'm happy with the views. But then I see like 4 or 5 likes. Like the fucking video, man. You're doing us a favor. Just click it. I mean, you lot are quick enough to fucking go to YouPorn and fucking Serena and all them fucking free websites. Just one click, man. Jesus. Piss me off. Anyway. I told you before, Mr. Lennon will bring top players for your birthday. For your 17th birthday, mon amour. 17. Anyway. There you go. Yeah, he's funny. See, you watch this show, Connor, you have a bundle of laughs, mate. You wait till Roy comes on and you see his internet going down, right? Or when his house alarm goes off while he's in the house. That was the funniest moment, I think, ever on this podcast. That must be the funniest moment, when Roy's house alarm went off when he was in the house and he had the little alarm in his hand to turn it off, and he turned it off, and within seconds it goes back on again. Turns it off, and then he lost his shit. Me and Chris were dying. I had to mute my mic because I was crying inside. It was, yeah. We've had a lot of funny moments on this, haven't we? And we had Michael Lufno, who came on when we won the title, and he started swearing in Greek. Foffy's been on a few times and he's told us a few funny things. There's been too many fucking funny moments on this pod. It's ridiculous. And a lot of the time it's in English as well, which helps our listener base increase. But thanks for tuning in, Connor, man. Appreciate it. How long have you been watching this anyway? Is this new to you? Have you lost your no choftas virginity? Have we taken it from you? Lovely. Crucify. What are you talking about here? I'm just saying, it's this injury. Ilya, man, you're killing me, man. Skoda says, man. I love this, my favorite. 100%. Now, where he goes, Bonnie Manafkalis. That was the one that did it for me. Oh, mate. Honestly, it's fucking brilliant. But yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Tell your NOUNA. I don't talk to mine. So tell yours. I'm not going to tell you about mine. I've got stories about Baramitki, about my family. Fucking hell. Cunts, a lot of them anyway. Have a good one. Much love.